Hi, it's Game Tater, and I'm back with another game. This one's called For Mother Matron Extended Cut. I've never played it, so let's see what it's all about. It says this game contains graphic content that is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Player discretion is advised. So if you're a child, or you're a little squeamish or something, just skip this video, please. The mother matron loves you and considers your health incredibly important. The pessimist credo, or one of them, is that non-existent never hurt anyone, and existence hurts everyone. My conscience rolls an inky black river of nothing. Feels familiar. I've been here before, and every time I am here, I always think it's going to last forever, and yet, wakefulness. Somehow my consciousness stirs. Where am I? I feel so strange, deeply numb and lost almost. I rack my brain, trying to make sense of things. Questions should have been obvious. Answers, none come to me. Questions such as, where am I? Who am I? What has happened to me? What do I know? I know I exist. I know I breathe. I know this room is disgustingly warm despite its cold, cold walls. I know that horrible wet sound is driving me mad. I know red blood flows through my veins. I know my heart pumps that beat by beat. I know the inside of my stomach bubbles and burns with acid. I know my bladder feels like it's about to burst, filled with urine. I know my intestines pipe shit through over a meter of contracting meat tubes coiled in my belly. But not much else. I don't remember what distinguishes me from any other sack of meat. I rack my brain. Reach back as far as my mental arm can reach, underneath the old shelf full of baggage that withers unpleasantly and glares at me. Despite having no eyes, I can perceive. The weight of the shelf is crushing my arm. The act of recalling is, in itself, painful. It would be easier just to leave it all there, in the dark, where it might be forgotten forever, just like most of the people that were sent down there into those hopeless tunnels. To the place I lost myself and everything. But no, I won't forget. I have to remember, or no one else will. I reach back further. The weight of the sharp corner starts to scrape layers of skin as I reach further in. Finally, my mental hand collapses on something, a small and soft object that compresses under my fingers. I pull my arm out from under the shelf. The sharp corners gouge my arms open. A crimson river runs rapid and splashes onto the floor. Except how my arms never moved. I'm not even bleeding. I felt it though. I felt my skin shredding. I heard the sound. I can even still feel the object between my fingertips. What am I holding? Why, it was just what I was looking for. It's a memory. It's small and hovers like faint smoke in the air. But it's a start, a pathway to more. Yes, I'm starting to remember now. Lizzie, that's it. That's my name. My name is Lizzie. It's nice to meet you. That's only a start of the breadcrumb trail, though. I have to follow it. It's easier to live through the memory when you can share it with someone. You'll listen, won't you? You'll help me retrace my steps? Good, good. Oh, but where to begin? Where should the dark fade? Where should I?
Wake up!
Huh?
Finally. Jeez. You were out cold, Liz.
What? I was covered in sweat, my eyes darting around like flies to figure out my surroundings. I was in the deep hangover of a deep dream that clung to me like glue. In front of me was a blurry shape of a person, a boy, a young man, male at least. He's staring at me with concern and frustration. Where am I? Who are you? He frowns at me.
You really were out there to the world, huh? You're at the workshop, Lizzie. In Pack Rat, where you work. And I'm technically your boss, though I like to think we're all on the same team here. My name is Fred. Starting to ring any bells yet?
Oh, right. And, what do I do? Looking at him now, Fred gives me the impression of a chubby bear. His face almost has a snout. His nose twitches back and forth when he's not talking. Maybe it's dust irritating his nostrils. He pinches the bridge of his nose and closes his eyes.
Please tell me you're kidding.
I suppose even with no memory, it's not that hard to deduce. There's sewing machines throughout the room, and I'm seated at one. Clearly I sew. I think I may even have sewn the sweater I'm wearing. I must be good at it too. It's soft and comfy. Then again, I can see little scars speckled on my finger. Were the scars experience or scars of clumsiness? Let's say it was the former. I let out a little chuckle and smile. Yeah, I am. Had you going there, huh? In truth, I was only half kidding, but I assumed/hoped I'd start remembering the other parts once I woke up more. Fred didn't find the joke quite as funny.
You people sometimes. Tell you what, Lizzie. You're clearly running low on steam. I really shouldn't do this, but you need the rest. The mother matron won't appreciate your slacking. Perhaps you can make it up in the coming weeks. Go home, get some sleep. Maybe stop by Spruce's clinic too. Get a checkup. You have 2 days off, max.
Okay, I'll go home. Except, where was home? Wake up, me. I sat there for a moment trying to remember where to go.
Lizzie! Go!
Yes, sir. Warily, I stumble out of the workshop. I feel exhausted to my bones, aches and throbbing pain deeply seated in my flesh. There's a dream-like haze resting on the world around me. It feels unfamiliar. Clearly, this is the place I should know. This is apparently where I work. And yet, I have no idea where I am. I rack my brain and pat my pockets hoping to find a clue. Fortunately for me, there is one, a small notebook. I open it and thumb through. Bits and pieces are starting to come back to me. as my eyes scan the scattery diary entries, notes, and doodles. I finally find the most helpful page. Right, I remember better now. The boss was correct. I was in the pack rat right now, named so because how densely filled the area is. Every building here is some kind of workshop or storage zone. Some places here are packed so full that you could barely walk around them. Though fortunately the place I worked was roomier. More broadly speaking, I'm in the town, city I call home. A secluded place enclosed in a makeshift walls made from whatever was available, scrap metal, old furniture, repurposed rubble. Outside the walls is endless miasma of fog that obscures things. No one really seen what's out there, and anyone that's attempted to explore the mist has never returned. If I had to describe this place, I'd say it's like in a half-empty glass filled with dirty water. The glass is fragile too. Does that make any sense? Well, it does to me anyway. More importantly, the metaphor though, I know where home is now, and I could feel it deep in my bones that I needed to sleep. Though the details of the map leaves something to be desired. Thanks, past me. I'll figure it out, my memory is just hazy from being so tired. And so I pick a direction and start walking. The winding streets don't have much sense to me, but I know them all the same. I'm alone, but muffled voices keep me company. Sometimes muffled sobs too. I try not to focus too much on them. I think I used to in the past, but my heart couldn't take it. Nothing I could do even if I wanted to. Anyways, everyone's got to do something for the collective. Everyone's got their jobs, as I have mine. Whatever the mother matron needs of us. My shoes are old and worn, only offering a meek defense against the hard asphalt streets. They fit well though, and the ground is dry today. They get the job done. They're like everyone here in a lot of ways. Doesn't matter how weathered you are, the fact you're still together means something in you is strong enough to keep you together. May your spirit grow like the colossus of the working hands, or on the soles of your feet, so the mother matron says. In other words, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You grow through adversity, and by the end of everything, you're the best person you can be. Gives all the hard parts of your life a kind of silver lining, or at least that's what I take from it. Squeak. My thoughts are interrupted by a lump beneath my shoes and panic yelp of a small rodent. I lift my foot and the thing scurries back under the grate beneath my feet. There below the street is a tunnel full of thousands and thousands of rats scurrying for dear life though. In those canals, I doubt the poor thing even knows where they're going. The one I stepped on somehow managed to climb its way up from the grating, only for my clumsiness to scare it back where it came. I kinda feel awful inside for that. Though the boarding in a network of tunnels designed to funnel the endless swarm of rats underneath our feet, no one knows where the little critters all come from, but they flow like water beneath the streets. Thousands upon thousands of rats compacted together against each other, covered in filth and God knows what else. Waste matter clumped in their fur. Our primary source of protein. Some kids have to fish for rats, sorting through ones that look too sick and diseased to eat, ones healthy enough for consumption. The yield is never particularly high, and the rats never particularly taste good unless you know how to prepare them. The one I stepped on had to have been rather spry, the poor thing. I could only hope maybe my unintentional intervention gave it more time before some kid impaled it on a stick and roasted it. Blah. I don't want to think about this anymore. I decided to keep walking to Spruce's clinic. Um, hello, Spruce? You here?
Yes, yes, I'll be right there. Stitching someone up back here. Please, take a seat.
I sit down on a stiff chair with minimal padding. It makes my tailbone ache, but I endure it. Spruce is known as the resident healer of the boarding. She taught herself by reading pharmaceutical and medical books, ones she found in the library, as well as through experimentation. This isn't to say there aren't others that tried their hand at medicine, but to put it simply, none of them are as good as Spruce. If she can't fix you up, you're out of luck. She walks in the room.
Ah, Lizzie. Been a while. Those are some dark bags under your eyes. Working long hours? Not sleeping lately?
Guess not, huh? I passed out at work today. Fred told me I should see you. She rolls her eyes and gives a fake laugh.
Ah, of course he would. You have to be sick. It can't be his fault at all, right? Jerkwad. Let's give you a checkup anyways. Follow me to the exam room.
A small joke, as the exam room is just across from where I am sitting. She gestures for me to sit on the beds, and after doing so, she does her usual routine. Checks my blood pressure, pulse, shines a light down my ears, nose, and mouth, lightly strikes a mallet on my knee. I look around the room, noticing that it's gone under some renovation since I last visited. I'm amazed you found the time to decorate the place. It's looking good.
Oh, thanks. I squeeze in a little here and there. Usually when I have to watch someone close while they sleep.
That's a creepy way of putting it.
Oh, you know what I mean. Folks in recovery. At least a few people that experience seizures. Stuff like that. Anyways, I'm proud of how it's looking. Genuinely can't believe I found that poster in such nice condition. I'm happy with how the Phoenix has turned out too.
I look towards the bony fellow at the side of the room. What about him? Is that a real skeleton? Spruce checks my heartbeat and lungs using a stethoscope.
No, it's plastic. A patient that scavs and junks a lot gave it to me as a thank you. Trust me, if I wanted to get a real skeleton, I wouldn't have to look very hard. Really wish I had a skull, though.
She nods and puts down the stethoscope.
Everything seems good from what I can see. But that's just what I can see. Tell me how you're doing. Anything odd lately? Odd sensations, pain, nausea, shortness of breath, stuff like that?
I'm a little sore, but I think that's just from overworking, maybe bad posture and being tired. I've also been seeing things.
Hmm? What kind of things?
Sometimes I'll be standing there and the world suddenly shifts. Like right before my eyes, it's turning into something horrible. Horrible sounds, flesh growing where it shouldn't be. Things that aren't really there. My heart starts beating really fast and I freeze, terrified, and just like that, the world's back to normal and I'm panicking over nothing. My dreams are really strange too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't believe me, do you? She shakes her head. Wasn't what she meant.
I actually do believe you. Just thinking. Wish I could say this is the first time I've heard something like that, but...
But
Well, some of the mumblers I'm taking care of now said stuff like that. Before they turned.
Really?
Yeah. Can I trust you to keep a secret? I'm only telling you because I think it's important you know.
Sure.
Contrary to what people think, the Crepuscule isn't the only place where mumblers are made. Not anymore, at least.
Well, thank you guys for watching, and that was the first part of the Mother Matron. I'm going to end the video here. It's got 20 minutes and 35 seconds. Thank you guys for watching, and the next one will be uploaded pretty soon.